Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat. I had started to move on to my Christmas albums, as you know, or Christmas journals. I think I will call them albums forever. Anyway, and then I went to Target and I found the cutest Halloween things. So I got these super cute napkins, and they had a bingo game that has like all the little cards, you know, for when you're calling out whatever, and then the Halloween bingo actual cards, and then the little pumpkins to put on each spot. But I thought these would be so cute in a junk journal, and so that's kind of what I have a plan to do. I don't totally have everything ready, but I thought we could get started. I started a few things just to make it not as boring for everybody. But I just loved this stuff. I just thought it was adorable. And it also, that didn't come with, but you had to buy everything. They're all separate pieces. But they had these little like treat bags, because they're supposed to open up like a bag, but I thought you could just glue it on to a page and then, you know, put stuff inside of it in a junk journal. And those were super cute too. And they had 4 different styles, so I just got one of each just to try this out. This one's a little wrinkled, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. And so yeah, so I got one signature ready, and I am going to try not to do a ton of inking. I'm not using any coffee stained papers or any of that. I'm just kind of using a creamy cardstock, like not a super heavy one, a lighter one, and then just some cream colored like typing paper and a little ledger. And then I put in this kind of watercolor, cream colored watercolor. And so I'm going to do a few stamps here and there, but I'm not going to ink the edges and all that, because I wanted this to be a little bit of a cleaner looking junk journal, because these are, I mean, you could junk them up, but it's just the way I want to do it. And then this will be my cover, and I haven't decided what I'm going to put on the front of it yet. I just glued 2 pieces. This is a Recollection dot paper, and you can see it looks warped. That's just because it's not dry yet. And then this was coordinations, and these are just, I just had a couple of random pieces in my stash. So that was that. And then I thought I might even use some of my Stampin' Up stamps. So there will be some things from Stampin' Up too, like a few of these things that came in their last Paper Pumpkin kit, which was the September 2018 Paper Pumpkin. So it's not just for Paper Pumpkin, I'm just using pieces out of that for it. And so I will be, it'll probably go on my Etsy shop, and I will be putting a Stampin' Up stamp on it if I do use them. Alright, so I thought what we would do first maybe is put a little napkin on this watercolor paper. To get that ready, I did of course forget a paintbrush. But I'll use this old ratty one because it'll work. So I'm going to open up these. I don't know, I haven't tried to take these apart yet, so I don't know how difficult or easy it's going to be. I just thought it'd be kind of fun to do this with you guys today, since I haven't been doing much lately. I mean, I've been doing stuff, but I just haven't had a lot of time to video anything. I'm working on another Christmas journal, and that becomes quite time consuming. So I'm trying to find tape, and of course I can't find any right now, so let me just see if I can rip this. I just don't want you guys to have to sit here and wait forever. So I want to do these napkins first so that this will dry, because as we all know, this takes a bit. And I can of course see these 2 parts, but I can't get them apart. And these look like they're just 2-ply. I see everybody always doing the 3-ply ones, and I never find those. Well, I can't ever find really good napkins. Like, these are probably some of the cutest ones I've found. I found a few at the dollar store that were okay, but some people just have the coolest napkins. I don't know where you get them, but I can't ever find them. I've looked everywhere. So anyway, just complaining. Complaining. So I think I like this little guy right here, and so I'm just going to kind of tear him out. You know, I need a plate. Sorry, I didn't really plan this today. So I just saw this stuff and was in love, so I decided to get some of it and try to do something with it. So I apologize, I'm not very organized today. This was kind of a last minute deal. So the best way, as we've talked about a million times, is just to get it a little wet, so that just makes them rip a lot easier from where you want them to, instead of up into parts you don't want. So I just have a little water in a jar. So I hope you guys are having a good day. I know that there's another hurricane. I just feel so bad for everybody back east. I've always lived in the west, and so I've never really had to deal with that, thank goodness. And I know people always say, well, you have earthquakes, but knock on wood, fortunately, it doesn't happen all the time. So I've been in a few earthquakes, but nothing horrible. And I just feel bad every year when those hurricanes come and the tornadoes. It just seems like there's a lot of worse weather than what we have, that's for sure. Because we don't get like monsoons or any of that. So we're a little spoiled in the West, I think. Get some snow, but you know, snow is not that difficult. Other than a couple years ago, we had pretty bad snow. We were pretty buried for quite a while. But that's like a every 30-year thing. Other than that, we just usually get kind of a mild snowstorms. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is just kind of do a little corner deal here. And as you know, I do it the lazy man way. I just use Elmer's glue, and I just kind of paint it on with a little bit of water. But you can use your decoupage, collage-page. I mean, there's a million things out there that you can use to do this. This is just the way I like to do it. These are kind of cute and fun. All this stuff, it'd be cool if you could get it on sale after Halloween and save it for next year, but I know how that is too, because I try to save things and then I lose them, or they end up at the bottom of the stash and you forget they're there. So I guess it's probably good I just got a few things and you know, started to work on it, because otherwise it's probably not going to happen. Sorry, I can't always talk and work at the same time. I'm not great at that. I struggle with the concentration. This little guy's funny. He looks as scared as anybody on Halloween. No, I think I'm going to tear this or cut it right off. Should have done that before. That's another thing. That's why I usually try to plan things and then video, because I'm not great with, you know, just coming up with stuff on the fly. It takes me a while to plan things out. I don't like that part right there. Now it's all stuck to my fingers. You guys having fun yet? It's kind of like watching a train wreck, right? It's a wonder I ever get it all accomplished. If you haven't seen my 500 subscriber giveaway, you should check out my last video, because I'm giving away kind of a pocket junk journal type thing. So I think that'll be fun. So anyway, I'm just doing a little something like that, and then I'm going to set it over here to let it dry. And that's really nice weight, like watercolor paper, so I think that it will be good for these things. Alright. And I've got a washcloth. I'm just going to kind of wipe this down. And do a little stamping. I don't want to do it on this one, but I'm going to do it on the lighter weight ones. I just got out a few stamps of mine that are older, and most of them are Stampin' Up. I used to be a Stampin' Up demonstrator, but I'm not anymore. And so I have a few things left over. And so you can't get them anymore, but you could use any, if you have any Halloween stamps or whatever, just go ahead and use what you've got. I'm just putting some little cute witch down here. And then I think I'm going to use some of these. There's like sorry, I'm just thinking, I don't know what I want to use with her. I think I'll use this little star. Yeah, Stampin' Up's got some really cute, their paper pumpkins are really good. I do the videos on them if some of you only watch like my junk journaling or whatever. So just a little fun something down there to kind of go with this, because these are all kind of cute and not super scary. And I'm mostly just going to go with the black. It's just the Distress ink, the black soot. I just like that. And now I've got Spooky, and I'm gonna put that down. So this one will definitely have a Stampin' Up, you know, their logo on it. Since I'm using these new stamps, I don't want to get any copyright issues. And then I'm going to use the little bat. So this is just some ideas, like I know most of the people that I do the Stampin' Up stuff with, I usually do cards or like I did a little notepad thing last time and stuff, but if you wanted to make a junk journal, you could definitely use your supplies, you know, for that. So that got on there. Try not to make this a really junky one. Right, and then I'm going to take a little star or something and put it down underneath because I touched it and got black. So the only thing I don't like about that black soot is that I really make a mess with it, and it's probably just me, but yeah, it's not fun. You know what? I think I'm going to do a spider instead. And I've got a little pin, and I'll just do like a little, so it'll look kind of like a spider's web coming down. See? Little spider. Okay, so that'll be one. And this is going to be probably about 10 pages and no more. So that's kind of cute, just a few spots with some stamping. And then that other one will be that. And then I was thinking for those envelopes, what I'm going to do is cut these down so they fit inside of those little like coin pocket envelopes that I showed you guys. And let me get this out of the way. So these measure 4.5 inches by, it looks to be like 7 1/8. So how about 4 1/4 by 7? Sounds good. And so I thought I would cut these down. I like the way this is little instead of some of them that have bingo all the way across, so you wouldn't be able to cut them, but these ones you can definitely cut smaller. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to cut off one side, or you know, two sides, one on each side kind of thing. And I'm going to turn these into kind of like tags. And what I might do too, because there's so many of these bingo cards, I might sell them on my Etsy store too, just to, because I don't have a need for a whole entire stack of them. Yeah, I think that'll work. And then is it going to be too long? Yeah, a little bit. So I think I'm just going to cut the black strip off the bottom. And of course you guys can't see, but I'm just cutting the black strip that's on the bottom. Okay, see? So all I've done is cut off each side of the bingo card, and we can use these little squares somewhere else. So I cut off each side of the bingo card and then the black strip across the bottom. And then I think I will make them shaped. I have my little template I use for tags. So I'm just going to line it up with the side and the top. I do this because a lot of them you can't run through your machine every time. It just doesn't, you know, if you want it longer or whatever, and I know there's little tricks you can do, but I just like to have one of these around, and then I can just cut that part off and flip it over, or I could use the other side, either way. Line it up with the side and the top, maybe. And just snip that off. And that makes a cute little tag to go inside of here. I love how they have these. They're really cute. And I know they're a little thick at the back. I'm thinking I might, before I glue it on, cut just this flap off. You know, just this portion, just cut it off, and then I'll glue it onto the page, and I think that that'll work. But anyway, they open up and you can just slip your little tag in, and they are kind of you know, they open wide because they're meant for treats, but I think once it's all glued down and everything, it's going to be fine. Oh, that's interesting, the little string just came off. I guess they just had it wrapped around there. Okay, so we've got a little tag, but on the back it's not very exciting. So what I was thinking of doing is putting a guest check on the back to make it a little bit more useful, and then you can write on it easier. And I just have a stack of these. And it's not quite the same size, so I'm going to have to do some trimming and stuff on this as well. But it's okay. I think I'm just going to line it up with the bottom. And then maybe I can put some type of decorative paper up there. So I'm just going to cut a little bit off of each side of the guest check. And so we wanted it to be, what was this? So that's 3 1/4. So that's about where that is. So let me do a little bit. It's almost the right size, but just not quite. Sorry you can't see this very well. I don't have a ton of room on this table where I film, so it's kind of, so I just cut a little strip off of each side just to make it 3 1/4 wide, so that I can put it on here. And I'm just going to line it up at the bottom like I said, and it'll look like that, and then I'll put a decorative paper or something up the top there. So yeah, I couldn't believe when I saw these. I'd love to go back. They had all kinds of stuff. They had little notepads, but you know, it just gets a little spendy, so gotta control yourself. I see these haul videos where people, you know, they go and they buy, even if it's at the dollar store, but they do them all the time, and I just can't figure out how on earth they can pay for all that stuff. It just gets really expensive to, you know, buy it all the time. I mean, sometimes, yeah, and especially if you get a great deal, but I still can't do it all the time. So I thought we could use, maybe we could use a couple of these up at the top. Let me try snipping a couple out. I don't know what I did with my other scissors. They're funny because it's like yellow pumpkin. I don't know, they're just, this is really cute, these papers, and I love these pumpkins up here. It's like a little spooky, but it's not super spooky, which is my kind of Halloween. I did do that one kind of spooky album. I teach at our local elementary school, and one of my 4th graders watched that video of that Halloween album that I did not too long ago. The I can't even think now. Oh my gosh, Book of Secrets. Sorry about that. Wow. And she said it scared her, and I felt bad. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not trying to scare anybody. It was just a silly kind of a story to go with that Book of Secrets. But I mean, it was kind of a spooky story, but it was not real, so. They'd be kind of cute just up here maybe, I'm not sure. I don't know if I like that. I think maybe it might be better if I just used some paper. These. There's a million of these. I may also put some of those on my Etsy shop just to use them up, because there's a lot of them. Yeah, I just don't like that the way that is, so I think I'm going to try to find some kind of paper to put up there. I may still end up putting some of these on because they look cute, but I just feel like it needs some like decorative something up there. Maybe I could use a piece of this. That might be kind of cute up there. So I'm going to, this is just Karen Foster. I'll cut a piece off the bottom. So yeah, it's kind of fun to do these. I know that it's a little bit boring, but sometimes it's, I think it's interesting to see the process that people go through when they're making things, because if you just always see the final product, it's hard to know. I mean, it can really be time consuming and, you know, difficult. It's not always an easy thing to do. So I think it's good when, especially if you're trying to sell anything or whatever, it's nice to show people, you know, you do have to work at it. So I'm just cutting the bottom of this piece of paper with my pinking shears, which I know dulls them, but I want that edge on there like that. So then when I put it up here, I think it'll look a little bit better than just, you know, plain strip across there. So I'm just going to snip it, and then I'll trim it down to the right size. I just want to get it on here. And I could do more measuring, but that's not fun. So. Yeah, I think that'll look a little bit better having that edge done. I'm going to let that set up there for a minute, and I think I'm going to put a little stamp on this. So let's see, what do I want to use? Maybe a pumpkin. Oh, I just got it all over the place. I love these guest checks because you can journal on there. Gives you some really nice lines and you don't have to sit and draw all those lines on. So he's cute, and then maybe I could put Eek on there as well. Yeah, so if you mostly do junk journaling, Stampin' Up! Sends out these paper pumpkins. I mean, you have to subscribe, but they'll send them out one to you every month, and there's always like, you know, like punch outs or just different things to make cards with. A lot of times there's like twine, because this twine with the black and silver came with it, and then there's some stamps. So they're just kind of a fun little thing to get. I really like getting it. And a lot of you watch my Stampin' Up! Paper pumpkin videos, and I love that you do that. So thank you. And I am going to ink this just a tiny bit because I don't like the white edges, but I'm not going to do like a ton of distressing. I just want to get that white edge off. I don't like it. But if you don't want to do that, then you can totally leave it that way. That's fine. And I, of course, dinged it right there because I always get it on my fingers. So I may end up putting something there, I don't know. And I don't really want to punch a hole in this because I think it'd be kind of fun to put one of these on there because I don't want to punch a hole in those words. So I may do some fussy cutting of those and put one on there. But these are kind of fun. I wish there were more of these because they're really cute. And I think I'll round the edges. Just to give it a cleaner look. And then I am going to ink around that a tiny bit just to set it off a little bit, because otherwise I would kind of need another piece of paper under it. But if I just go around the edge a little bit, and you could totally do this with the Stampin' Up! Like the gray color that came with the paper pumpkin, if you have this paper pumpkin, and just lightly, you know, do it with a sponge or one of those little sponge finger dauber things. It'll just help bring it out a little bit, and I'm not going to set it on there because I'll probably get ink all over again. Let it set for a second, and then I need to go back and look at this. Do I want one of these? No, he's too orange. I think I need to oh my goodness. I don't know what I did with my little scissors, so let me see if I can do this. I'm just going to cut him out, I think. So that's the neat part of this bingo set from Target, is that you can, you know, do all these different little pieces. You can either leave them in their boxes or fussy cut them out entirely, you know, smaller box, whatever. That's just kind of a neat part of that. I just think they're fun. Okay, and I'm going to run around him just a little bit. Again, it's that white edge, but if that doesn't bug you, don't worry about it. You know, you don't have to do all this. And I didn't do a perfect cut job, but it looks kind of cute. It's like he's a wonky pumpkin, and I'm going to put him where a hole would be, because I just don't want to put a hole in this. I may end up putting like a piece of twine out, you know, just glued on or something, but don't know. So while that's drying, I'm going to put this on the front. Oh, if I would have thought of it. Before you glue it on, you could turn this into a pocket. I just didn't even think about it, because that would be cute to do that and then have a pocket. But this one I'll do up here, and the next one I'll do a pocket on. You know what it needs? It needs something, and I keep thinking that. So I'm going to put some of this creepy cloth behind there. I just keep looking at it thinking it doesn't look done. These scissors are not great. I'll have to find my other ones. So don't do what I just did. Think ahead. I'm not always good at that. Sometimes I can't tell until I put it down, and then it's like, that's not right. That's why I generally don't do a lot of this stuff on camera, this fly by the seat of my pants thing, because I'm not great with that. So I'm just going to kind of put a little glue right where I was going to put that. Set down the creepy cloth, kind of bunch it a little bit so it's not all perfect, and then I'm going to add a little more glue on here again since I pulled it all off. There we go, that looks a little bit better. Okay, so that's our little tag. That's going to go right in that bag, but I'm going to let it dry all the way first. And I'm going to check on that piece of paper that we put the napkin on, see how that's going. Yeah, it's still a little bit wet, so I'm not going to do anything else with that yet. So I guess we can make another tag. And this time I will do a pocket, since I wasn't thinking. Alright, so I'm doing it just like I did before. Just cutting off that one side on each side. Put this on here again. Alright, so a pocket, let's see here, what do we want to use? I love that little ghost. He'd be kind of hard to see though, is the only thing. So let's do the witch, she's cute. And I think I'll just, oh, I was going to cut that off, that little strip of black right down there. And I better put away my stamp before I lose it, huh? I'll clean all of them off when I'm all done. Right, I think I'm going to round these top corners, but leave those square so that it sits flush with the bottom. And again, I'm just going to go real light around the edges. And you don't have to do this. You could just glue it right on there. Or you could use a different color too. And I'm just going to go really a little bit along the bottom and a little bit along the side. And the reason I'm using my Elmer's today is because I was doing the decoupage and I was too lazy to get anything else out. Alright, so I'm going to put that right down there. Yeah, these are super cute. I love that little witch. She's really cute. You gotta be careful though, this is a lot slicker than a lot of papers would be. And okay, so I'm going to let that dry. I'm not going to mess with it anymore, but I think I will make a tag for that to go in that front pocket so that you can see it. And I'm not sure what paper I should use. I wonder if I should use another one of these. Kind of cute. Yeah, maybe I'll bring it over here. So I'm just going to run this real quick through my my die cutter. Sorry guys, I just want to get this, and I know you all know how these work, so you don't need to see it. I'm shaking the whole table. Okay, so see, so when that's dry, I'll be able to put that in there. I'm going to do a little ink around there, and I will put a piece of twine in that. And I think I will use the Stampin' Up! Silver and black, but I also have just that white and black that you find everywhere. Actually, maybe I will use that because that's on one of those pockets. This kind of stuff, like you can get at Target. I'm not, this I got at Joann's. But it's everywhere right now, so it's not hard to get. Baker's twine, or whatever they call it. Alright, looks cute. Oh, I really need to go get my better scissors. Okay, so I think that'll be really cute in there, just stuck in there. And then on the back, I probably will do some lines or something. I haven't decided yet. So I'm actually going to set this aside and just let it dry, because I don't want to mess up that pocket by trying to put something in there before it's ready. Alright, so I think I'm going to keep working on this, and I will come back and show you guys the end product so that you get to see it. I just don't want to have to hold you any longer. I know you're probably ready to pull your hair out if you're still watching. So have a great day, and please everybody stay safe. Please subscribe. Bye-bye now.